How's it going, everyone? It's Vivi and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts video. So Union Cross, formerly known as Unchained Key, its second anniversary happened in Japan. Tetsuya Nomura decided to make a brand new artwork for the game, especially for the start menu. And looking at this, guys, he's done it again. Not only does it look awesome, but there's another mystery to solve. He does this every single time, right? So what I plan on doing for this video is analyze this piece of artwork. Yes, we are going to analyze a picture. Alright, so let's go. So the first thing I'd like to go over, apparently it was mentioned on Twitter that Nomura told people to pay close attention to their positions. I think he's implying that we should try and compare this artwork to another one. The closest resemblance I could find is this one right here, Kingdom Hearts 2.8. All of the foretellers, Luxu and the Master of Masters in the back, Ira being the leader, his right-hand man Aced on the right, Envy, the one to keep an eye on everything, Gula, who was given the lost page, and Ava, who assembled the dandelions. The Master of Masters, he's in the back. He has this hidden agenda, it is assumed. Luxu is the most mysterious one. He was told by the Master to move into the future and make sure that his Keyblade would be given to his successor. He's pretty much the one who was excluded from the group, and the one who was also worried about the foretellers, leaving them behind. Now let's go back to this one. With all of that information in mind, Ephemera could represent the leader. Look at his position. He's positioned just like Ira. Considering how he was close to Ava the most, the conversation at the Fountain Plaza, Ava telling him that the dandelions should lose their memories in that realm, forget that tragedy, aka the Keyblade War. So yeah, he's most likely the leader of the gang. Blaine is on his right side just like Aced. Aced was Ira's right-hand man, so the same thing could apply here. Yes, technically he's on his left side, but you get what I'm saying, right? Oh, and would you look at that, we actually see his face. He doesn't look like an evil character, someone who looks suspicious, but I don't know, you never know. Oh, and I guess this debunks the whole theory about this guy being related to Zexion maybe, or actually being him. I know some people were comparing him to Zexion. Now I did discuss maybe this dude being his ancestor, but that was it. So seeing his face, he looks completely different. He just looks like a simple brand new character. As for Scald, she's on the left side of Ephemera, just like Envy being on the left of Ira. She was given the role to keep an eye on everyone. I'm assuming Scald will be doing the same thing. Lauriam is holding a dandelion just like the Master of Masters. The Master of Masters, I'm sure, has a hidden agenda, making sure that everything happens his way. I think the same thing applies for Lauriam. He does have some hidden secrets. Like he suddenly shows up instead of Strelitzia? Yeah, he's up to something. Now Ventus, he looks younger, I think. He has shorter hair here. I'm not too sure, but is he supposed to represent Gula or Ava? He could perhaps foreshadow Ava, how the light remained alive, was part of the dandelions, one of the children who made sure the worlds remained intact in some sort of way, how he's still present in Birth by Sleep, how the light still lives on. I guess that could be it. Well, of course, all of these characters are part of the dandelions, but maybe Ventus represents the most innocent one. I mean, Ava was like the most innocent one if you've watched back cover, yeah. And looking at his hair, he looks younger, maybe. If so, this scene right here at the Keyblade Graveyard could take place maybe like 2 to 3 years before Birth by Sleep. And how did they get here? To keep it short, by the time they exit the realm of sleep, where they've been training this whole time, they got yanked into the timeline of, well, around the timeline of Birth by Sleep. Now as for Charity, I'm not too sure. All I'm gonna say is Nomura told us to think of the general idea of this artwork, like their general positioning. Now let's get to the good part. Who do we have here? I swear, all of the secret characters always have organization robes on. Many seem to think that that could be Strelitzia's nobody, the first ever nobody created in the series. Could it actually be a nobody formed by Strelitzia? Yes, because I believe she had a strong will, considering how Ava had chosen her to be part of the Union leaders. Are we sure that's a girl? To me it looks like one. If you zoom in, the facial structure, to me it looks like a young innocent girl. We can also notice slightly some short dark hair, and no, her cloak is not see-through. The orange-red color you see, I think that just has to do with with the shading. So if Strelitzia has reddish hair and this character has dark hair, then that means this is not Strelitzia's nobody. Because remember, when characters who lose their hearts and have a strong will, they're capable of forming a human nobody. And their nobody usually looks like their somebody. The hair, the color, the face, and everything. Exactly the same. Unless we're talking about a Sora's nobody kind of situation, Roxas not looking like Sora, but I doubt it. Who did she come in contact with? She just came into contact with her killer, who many, including me, speculate being Lorium. I mean, look at him. He's staring at what he's accomplished. He's looking at a dandelion. He's joined the dandelions and he's super happy about it. That's perhaps phase 1 of his plan. Now on his right, we have a character who looks like he or she suffered the opposite. It looks like a reflection, a symbolism. The dandelion representing the light in the series and the other plant representing the character's dark, tragic fate. Now what is that plant that character is holding? Many have speculated that plant being the Bleeding Heart Vine, or Bleeding Glory Bower, or Beauty Bush, whatever you want to call it. The most common name is the Bleeding Heart Vine. Notice the white and red. Does this have any sort of meaning? We do know that Strelitzia is a plant name, a very colorful plant, blue, red, orange colors, and that represents the bird of paradise. Now don't mistake the Bleeding Heart flower with this one. This one is the Bleeding Heart Vine. They're complete different species. Now technically the terms Bleeding Heart, they do have a symbolism, they do have a meaning. Now this meaning is for the flower, which looks like a heart, literally. It could be pink, it could be white, but it's not the vine. In Kingdom Hearts we're looking at the vine plant. But still, let's go over the definition. Symbolism, I mean. Most blooms are bright pink or red for a romantic quality. The rarer white Bleeding Heart is considered a symbol of purity and innocence instead, especially to represent beautiful young women who died in a tragic way. Beautiful young women dying in a tragic way. Now, doesn't that sound too familiar? Strelitzia died suddenly. She was a young woman who looked like had a very kind heart. Spoiler much, Nomura? Nomura apparently, during a Famitsu interview, he denied the character under the black coat being Strelitzia. But he could have denied Strelitzia, the actual Strelitzia. But if it's her nobody we're talking about, technically we're not looking at Strelitzia. I mean, 2 weeks later she dies. I think that was intentional. I think Nomura is actually planning something. He has something up his sleeve. If this is her nobody, I would honestly not be surprised. To die in Kingdom Hearts, you have to lose your soul. That's the driving force. Terra's will, for example, was so strong he was able to keep his soul in that armor alone. His soul was completely living on its own. Usually the soul forms a nobody if one has a very strong will. An empty shell with no heart. So yeah, it does look like Strelitzia died. I mean, she's walking into the light. That could be symbolism right there. Let's be technical. She lost her heart, yes, but maybe she did not suffer the same fate as Ericus. Ericus, his heart, we did not see it. My theory is, what was left of him, his light, went inside Terra. His heart just withered away. As for Strelitzia, maybe she still has a chance of actually coming back. At the end of the day, it's Tetsuya Nomura we're talking about. That person under that black robe could be a brand new character. Who knows? So other than that, guys, this is it for the video. So in the comment section below, tell me, do you think that mysterious character could be Strelitzia's nobody, the first ever nobody in the Kingdom Hearts series? Tell me what you think. And as usual, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.